Welcome back to the Sai Sessions podcast. My name is Sai Jones. He's King Shraz. Hi.
This is not radio. That's about 6 up.
Okay, you do it then. You do it. Do the intro today.
Sesibuyile. You've caught us right in the right moment at the right time. Sikhona ngoku. Niyasibona ndithi. Yes.
That sounds like something I'm reading, by the way, on this book.
You're reading Xhosa?
I'm reading, no, not Xhosa,
You think in
obviously, but I
Xhosa?
think in, yes, don't you?
I can't for the
don't?
life of me.
How you telling
Everything
me
is
that you
English.
think in English
Everything.
as a Xhosa man, Jan?
Everything is English.
And everything, by the way, when I read English, I read it in Xhosa first, and then in English. Like if there's a Q in a word, I will first read it as k before I read it as k.
I'm so bad. Sometimes I think in Sesotho.
Because you speak Sesotho.
Untlwaela hampi lo. Ke tla o shapa.
When I was a kid, there was a phrase.
My
we used
road
to
rage
use.
is in Sotho. Ke tla o luma.
I just imagine you lumaring someone right now in your big age.
How?
Ram.
Hlafunya njenge-apula.
No, I just laugh too hard. Oh my goodness, it's so good to always be sitting in these seats all the time. It's so good to always be having conversations that we're having conversations on. And last episode, we talked about a lot of things. Since pioneers, actually, now that I think about it.
Yes, and I'm still wearing the same clothes.
We talk. You did say you would be wearing the same.
Told you. Washing machine phukile.
So we talk a lot of things. We're pioneers on this pod. I realize that there's a lot of things we talk about on this podcast that other people are Yes, I think people are secretly watching our podcast for content.
I don't know.
I think people are secretly watching this podcast for content. And you know what? That's okay.
As long as it's not AI. So.
Sikeleni followers. Sikeleni subscribers.
My guy, you know, if followers, I don't know if there's a pseudo way of watching YouTube without actually watching YouTube and recording your.
Oh, there is, because you don't have to be on YouTube to watch something. You just have to comment, though. You have to be on YouTube. So you find that a lot of people that are watching us, they're not on YouTube.
What if your show is like shadow banned? Have you ever thought about that because of the nature of the content? Since you say you're trend setting and you're always fighting against AI and Spotify on your show because
That's
you always,
true.
Yeah, that's you. That's on you. Yes,
Look,
that's what she does.
I've come to the realization that, like I told you, Guti, I started this tip series of mine. I told myself that I'm not doing this thing of holding my artistry on a mirror against the algorithm, I told myself now, so whoever decides that they want to do this, we can do it. Let's do it organically. Sigo organic. Senza yonke into, well, me, sigo organic.
And that, ladies and gentlemen, has nothing to do with your organs.
So we talked about it last episode. We talked about a lot of things. We talked about the changing in the times, the changing in the cultures, the shifting in the cultures of music and entertainment. And I can safely say that it's not just with us. I think it's globally, me personally. And we talked about this shift happening because times are changing. And I acknowledge that it's not a random shift, even though it seems random.
It's a collective consciousness.
Like
we tapped in.
I don't want to be that tapped in. I don't want to be that tapped in.
The fact that you're discussing these, you know,
because I have to be aware, dude.
You might be discussing something that's on someone's medulla oblongatory system that they haven't really been cognizant about, but it exists in their subconscious. When they sleep, they ask themselves these questions. AI zosibulala.
Oh wow! Yeah, guys,
here we go again.
Here we go again. So, like I did say, Guti, for me, it doesn't exactly feel random, this shift. And it's just like everything is falling apart, but in an aware way, and things are just coming together again in a specific way.
Yeah.
Yeah, right? And you can feel it.
The dimensions.
Asikho kwi-matrix manje kukutsho loo nto actually noba bazawusheda ubhema because ndikwi-matrix. So it's all in the lines of the pressure of it, the technology changing, the money changing how people are operating, and even with us as artists now, how we're operating, and how and our job has also changed. We talked about it a little bit on the last episode that our job as the DJ has completely changed.
Adapt or die.
Yeah, it's changed. Whether we like it or not, the role has expanded. It's no longer about you making the music or representing the music and showing up. Sizi content creators, sizi marketers, sizi brand managers, sizi community builders,
Yes.
sizi curators,
Siani Pilta.
siya builder. We're all of things. I was just wondering, Guti,
Yabo Bob.
yeah, it's about Bob the Builder. And I was just wondering, Oti, how are we feeling about taking up so many roles that, by the way, we did not sign up to. I didn't sign up for any of these roles. And I remember I read a post on Instagram, by the way, Ati, as a DJ lately, you're not just competing with other DJs. You're competing with influencers. You're competing with some trust fund kid who decided they want to be a DJ.
Orojola ne multi-millionaire.
And exactly.
Edla amathenda.
Exactly.
Manje bakumadlanga commission. Damn. Uvela adlala ingoma atweke.
We're competing with influencers that are funded by their partners.
Yes.
Yeah, monies and dealings.
Say it.
That's who we're competing against.
Louder.
So the job has changed, and now I'm wondering, Guti, even how we feeling about that? How do we feel about the job changing? I don't know how you feel because I didn't get that perspective as to how you're feeling about that. Because you are an artist. Your record label also, you said you're pivoting because things are changing. So I don't know how you're feeling now and how you're feeling it'll affect you going forward as to all these roles that have now been placed upon me. What do I do? Do I hire people to become all of these
No
things?
people. I-HR aside-ing, you guys. Sivele program nje izawudila nani HR. We don't need contracts anymore to sign artists, okay? The only contract is a monthly subscription to ChatGPT.
Dude, when
Kuphelile.
last did you send a when last did you send a contract to a promoter that wants to book you?
Promoter.
Yes, that wants to book you. Like, this is my contract. When last did you do that?
3 years, 4 years ago. Dala.
The industry is so whack, actually.
I just show up now. Hey, King, upeta my USB. Hang the 5,000 to bamba. Kidding. No. Yeah, it's been a while. You know, now that you're asking it the way that you're asking it and you're putting it in that way, I often wonder, from my perspective, right? I'm allowed to answer this in any way
It
that I want to.
is your perspective, dude. It's
I
not
think-
my
I
perspective.
think-
Yeah.
What you're saying might just only apply the speed of what is happening to the world might just be our world, as in like South Africa. I'm gonna say why. If you go to Tanzania, kusenjalo kusadlalwa kusenjalo kunabo AI kusenjalo you know how things were with us kuse pure during the time before we evolved. I think it's also because we copy trends from America, right? So when I look at things from a subjective point of view. I don't feel pressure, because if there's too much pressure up and I don't want to be seen by lights, I can always just move to that side of the world and go restart everything and be Black Coffee Wangada. Yeah, well, so in terms of how I'm feeling from a record label perspective and also as a business individual, I'm excited.
Look, I mean, today it's no one books the best DJ.
Yeah, bro.
No one books the best DJ. They book whoever will probably reach the bottom line of whatever they're doing. And I don't know if you have an opinion on that, because it's sounding like, and it's okay. It's okay, by the way, to be a little spassy.
Yeah.
Yeah, Gonda.
From a DJ perspective, guys, because into esayishiyekile, go I have it on record, and I feel like at some point technology is going to take over to the point where we might actually not need DJs.
I
Please
doubt.
keep
I still
this
say
on
no.
record. No, I don't mean like entirely, obviously, but from a commercial perspective, what's to prevent people from playing from their own rooms? In fact, let me ask you a question.
Did you see Justin Bieber's Coachella performance? Sorry, but
No, no, do elaborate on that. Maybe it might be
let me
going
can
towards what I
can
wanted to
start
ask
for
you.
Justin Bieber pulled up with his laptop, went on his YouTube,
Yes.
and basically started playing music from his YouTube and singing over it. That's
Yeah.
what he did for Coachella. So people are like not sure whether to love it or to hate it. So I saw mixed feelings about that.
But do people know the reason for that?
What is the reason? Because I honestly think I would have loved it. To be honest.
So one of the I'm just gonna get, it's a view,
Yeah.
right? Because I haven't had a chance to go and research it for myself. But the way I'm understanding the situation is that Justin Bieber sold his music catalog for $200 million
Yes.
a couple of years ago.
Yes,
Yes.
it did, yeah.
And when he came onto the stage, the songs that he played on YouTube were specifically songs that he doesn't own anymore.
Okay. So what, he
So-
didn't want any conflicts?
No,
Okay.
it was to minimize the amount of money that the people that now own the catalog get. What he actually performed on the day
Okay.
were the new songs that he's been able to release
Oh yeah,
since.
that is true. Since the signing,
Yeah.
signing away ceding his rights to his other music.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know what? I didn't know that, but I found that if I was there, I would be like, is this a new way of performing for for people who are scared that AI is taking over? Like, you have to show that I'm alive and this is my music, and I will perform my music for you right now. It's like, that's not what were you gonna say, right?
No, I was going
Where
there.
were you going?
That's actually a good depiction of what I was going to say. My question for you was going to be, would Yamazi, that guy, at some point in one of the recordings that we did in the past, I asked you about that guy that does this all the time.
Yeah,
The guy
yeah,
who sold his
Kabe Lame, or
yeah,
is it Labe?
Kabalam.
Kabe Lame.
Kabalam. Kabalam. What he did is he sold his
Yeah.
likeliness.
Yeah,
So you just mentioned Justin Bieber. Justin Bieber. No, and then we talk about the hologram.
Yeah.
You got Michael Jackson, you got Tupac. The possibilities, because those people are still earning while sitting at home. If you had an opportunity now, let's say you're double booked, right? And they say, okay, as an alternative, as a subset on your contract, can we have a holographic version of yourself maybe playing in PE while you're in Cape Town? Would you agree to this? Would you forfeit the money?
Am I that greedy?
No. Don't think of it from a principled perspective. Think of
The
it from an...
principal, kaloku
Yabona-
esibaqhubeka, yeah.
yabona, this
yeah.
is why singafani no-diplos principled. Neke siye kuba principled. Business is business.
Business
mtasekhaya.
is business.
So would you, let's say not you specifically, but would you turn that offer down if they said, okay, you're booked on both sides of Africa, Egypt and Africa. You can't make the flight to go to Egypt, and this one slot is at 7, the other one is at 8. Come on, you can't even teleport to.
I'm so scared of that.
But doesn't it allow for you to earn more and create an opportunity for you to replicate yourself? Maybe you can even get more gigs elsewhere as a replicate of yourself.
maybe it's not what I'm chasing, me personally, but what you're saying makes me think about something else. It makes me think about how the audience is now consuming things and what they are
Yes.
valuing.
Do you
Because
see?
right now they do value that social digital connection
Yeah.
lately, which is why we're having this entire conversation.
Yes, if I can
Because-
talk to you over the phone and see.
But does that mean I want to appear in that way, though?
What is it about business or you and your principles?
Ish, good questions. Can I answer when I'm older?
Mob, Uthini?
I was gonna say that there's different ways you can look at something like this, right? There's an interesting case. I'm just forgetting what it was called. I think it was called Karen AI.
Not
me-
Karen AI.
Let me just check quickly if it's the one.
Karen AI makes me think about Karen.
What is that? You don't
Like, you know, like what they say, white people that complain a lot.
Abafaz babelungu,
Bane
specific.
hairstyles, kanje. Is that what it is, Mob?
No,
It's not what. It's not that. Okay.
I'm just quickly checking for
But
you.
think about what I said. Would you turn down the gig?
I'd have to.
Because we're now principled.
That's my problem, and perhaps that's why I am not famous.
But leave fame out of it. The money is on the table. Kuthiwa sicela uperforme apha nalapha nalapha on one night. Sikubhatala exactly what you want.
Something sounds unnatural about it, man. That's
Everything
it.
is unnatural. Our way of thinking now has become AI.
Yes, I wasn't wrong. It's called
Karen
It's
AI.
just called Karen
We were even
AI.
on another train of thought
Right.
right now. Yeah.
So very quickly, so what this woman did a few years ago, she came up with a platform called, she called it Karen AI, right? To the point that Schwarz is making. At her peak, because I watched a documentary about this, at her peak, this woman was conducting 18,000 relationships
What do you mean relationships?
on dating websites.
Like she had friends or boyfriends?
No,
Digital
boyfriends.
boyfriends?
Boyfriends.
She had digital
Yeah,
boyfriends.
so basically, people that were going on. So she used AI to obviously replicate herself, right?
Yeah.
People come onto the platform, they log in, and then they get to have
Conversations.
conversations and
Wow.
a relationship with Karen, right?
That's crazy.
Yes. So typically with those types of sites, you pay and then you can interact with the person on the platform, right? But now she used the AI to replicate herself. She trained the platform around how she speaks, her voice,
Yes.
all of that stuff, right? And then she was able to then conduct these 18,000 simultaneous
Crazy. She must be
you
rich,
know,
rich.
relationships.
The
yeah.
mere fact that you can have a digital by the way, you can subscribe to chat to somebody online and be someone's friend online and get paid for it is.
And she
wow.
was charging, I'm just checking now, that users were being charged about 20 Rand, the equivalent of 20 Rand per minute.
Yeah.
Per minute
Yeah.
to chat. You know,
Per minute.
per minute to chat to this Karen AI, right? So it speaks to the economics of being a DJ or being an artist in music are slightly different, right? Because one of the most efficient ways that you can gain scale is by being able to replicate yourself or a product that you've been able to come up with, right? Right? So, for example, when it comes to performances, artists can't replicate themselves. You have to watch one performance at a time. However, in movies, you can have a launch
repetition.
weekend. You can have a launch weekend for a blockbuster movie, and that movie is going to be shown in like 100 cinemas
Dude.
around the world at the same time,
Yeah, Ibon.
right? So, at some point, maybe a discussion needs to be had around, music and artists and the social aspect that you're talking about. How much people actually, because for DJs specifically, that's probably one of the reasons why online mixes have done so well, because suddenly you're able to replicate a DJ, right, in multiple spaces at the same time.
It sounds to
I don't
me.
know. I don't know if what I'm saying makes sense.
It makes a lot of sense.
Okay, so I don't know if we're. It sounds to me like we're saying being human has become inefficient.
It has limitations.
It has obviously. So that's what it sounds like to me. It sounds like we're saying being human
Have you
is ineffective.
Have you ever had, oh my goodness, I wish I could just
Be at
replicate
two
myself.
places at once.
That your wishes now have come true.
I've never wished that. I'm sorry.
Ha!
Okay, no, I may okay.
Wow. I was waiting for you to finish that line.
Maybe I have,
Hey.
but not in that way though.
Well,
Not in the way where like I said, maybe it's the purist in me, and maybe and maybe I need to rehabilitate from purism so that I can make a bag of money.
yep. When we started the show, yakhumbula utheni?
What did I say?
Principles.
I'm a principled girl, moral girl.
Which school are you a principal of? But it makes sense. I mean, what Mob basically just said, like, it speaks to.
So when you'd say yes,
What do you mean I would say yes? I have a kid to feed. I have rent to pay or kids to feed. I have many things that I need to. So you're going to let your principals block your bag. Just like in high school when the principal didn't want me to sell cigarettes. No, I'm not going to let that happen.
but I did say, please can I answer this question when I am grown up? Because right now, like I'm a lighty, I feel like a kid.
Faranya.
I don't have big girl problems. And my big girl problem currently is being a purist in an age where purism seemingly doesn't matter. That is the problem that I'm facing right now.
But that's a you problem.
I know, it's a me problem. Yeah, it's a me problem.
But look, you've compromised yourself to some extent at some point, and you are still going to compromise yourself. A phone call to a loved one who's in the Eastern Cape is not really you being there.
Come on, King.
It's what do you mean?
It's me.
It's your likeliness.
It's not my like. It's literally me. It's not
Is
my
it you?
likeness. It's literally
Video
me
call.
being passed through the airwaves.
You know what you're saying.
Being passed
You know what
through
you're saying.
connectivity.
Yes.
It's my voice
Those-
being passed
those
through
airwaves,
connectivity.
Kaloku, even that performance
It's gonna be me.
It's
So-
going to be you.
So what you're saying is I can
It's
be
gonna
performing,
play your style.
let me say in Cape Town right now, and then I can be
It's like
performing
streaming the same set.
in Morocco, but is it still me at the
Yes,
same?
it's like videoizing it, except this time the only thing we're
But
changing.
the problem is,
Mamel,
but the problem is the game we're in is an interactive game. I talked about knowing how to read the room and reading it well, and definitely working for the room. So if I'm in a completely different room, am I doing my job?
you're reading a room. That is a primitive way of thinking, as you said on the previous episode, because today it's about vibes.
I didn't say that.
It's about vibes.
Why don't you like putting
No, I'm not. Listen to what I'm saying. Let me cook.
Cook stew. Don't cook
Mamela.
noodles.
As principles, Zako, they make you think a lot about who you are. Don't think principles, think about money.
The money is the root of all evil, Jana.
Is it evil?
It is the root.
Yeah, but we must all eat, bro.
Alpha.
I hear you. What I'm saying is that, look, I'm missing the point. I am missing the mark of what I'm doing for. I'm not doing my job. Like for me, according to what my job, I think my job is, if I am playing for unless what we're saying is we are all digital.
Yes.
If that's what we're saying, then that's different. Then I know I can, stream myself to multiple areas. Multiple people can consume me. I can see them consuming me, and I can interact with them.
How are you seeing them consuming upis now, DJ? At the same
Angazi,
time?
they did Zooms most.
So
I can
DJ, ubukele Zoom.
kuba lixabiso Twitch, but yeah, I see you streaming from California. I see you streaming from this place. I see you from this. Much love to you. Like, yeah, but that's better.
What
Do you
I
get
wanted
me?
to
Twitch,
say-
Twitch vibes.
What I wanted to say is that on the previous episode, we spoke about, for instance, how people are there for aesthetics, not really you reading them. They don't want to be read. They're there for your vibe and want to capture your vibe.
Perhaps that
essentially.
would be the new aesthetic then.
It would be, it is. You remember we spoke about drones, we spoke
Yes.
about a number of things and pre-recordings. So that threshold that you're trying, that principal threshold has already been crossed, because it's like you're a purist, you're saying that we shouldn't press sync. The technology
I never
must
said
be
we should
impressing.
not press sync.
And it is like,
Oh, it's like.
Likeliness.
Likeliness. Okay.
And you selling it so that you can make money.
Okay, that's fine. So that's I hear what you're saying. And again, can I repeat? Can I answer when I'm
Yeah.
older? Can I answer when I'm older?
On the next episode.
Yeah, we did talk about it, and also it goes into the fact that our audiences are changing. Also, that people right now, and maybe you can also speak as someone who owns a record label, the short attention span of how people consume music, did it affect the numbers, by the way?
Yes, in a drastic way. But I was already ahead with it. You see, also working with principled individuals is quite challenging, because I would tell the boys, I'm like, guys, these songs are too long. No, but the DJs, they wanna play it for long. What
they
are you
making music
doing?
for us?
No, no, no. Wait, let me finish cooking. This song is too long for isn't just fine on Spotify. Because that person is in a car and they're driving. I remember I said in a previous episode that I had discovered an album and I listened to it and I just couldn't get enough, and I streamed it over and over and over and over and over.
Yeah.
You know, so I was already ahead in terms of that. But when you work with principled individuals, you trying to twist their arms, they will say to you, we will answer you when we grow up, and you have to wait for them to grow up, and time is money and money is time. So convenience, it goes back. I don't know if you get what I'm saying. It goes
I
back
get what
to
you're
how
saying. No, I get what you're saying. I mean, look, it's all about us also kind of projecting what we're seeing.
Yeah.
For me, and then trying our best to be in line, or trying our best to stay ahead of the curve.
of the curve.
Do you get me? But the reason why I felt like things are weird for me is because of things like this. Who am I doing this for?
Oh yeah.
That's why I started to feel like things are weird. And I started to feel like things are weird globally. And can I ask you something, by the way? The concept of out of sight, out of mind, you've heard of it before,
Yeah.
right? What do you think about that concept?
Yo.
Mob, what do you think about out of sight, out of mind concept? That you must be seen to out of sight. If you're out of sight, you're out of mind. That you must be seen, otherwise you won't stay in people's minds. To stay in people's minds, you must be constantly seen.
This is that what you were talking about in the previous episode about artists just putting out content just
For the sake of it.
for the sake of it, right? I wanted to say this in that episode, but I just didn't have time. At some point, the business trumps the passion. And I'm not saying that like to be crass, right? But if the art is what's putting food on the table, right? Then you're faced with two choices. Either you're mass producing the art,
I hear you.
right? So that it becomes a volume game, as much of the art as possible, so that I'm in people's minds, so that I'm constantly getting bookings, so that people are streaming my stuff, so that I'm making more money. Or you can be one of those artists in hip hop. You can think of someone like a Dr. Dre. Dr. Dre doesn't have that many albums, right? And given his lifetime in the industry, right? He's been there for a long time, but there actually aren't that many albums. So every couple of years, and it's not that he's creating, he's more concerned about the quality.
Yeah.
The problem most of the time that artists face, right, is that a lot of artists aren't in a place where they can sit and say, I will only put out this content when it's good, when it's of a quality that I like.
Yeah.
Because you need to eat.
Yeah. Yeah.
Your PR company needs to eat.
Yeah.
Your publicist needs to eat.
Yeah.
If you're a music artist, your DJ needs to eat, right?
The record label puts pressure on you. Where is that song?
The record label if you are in a record label construct, the record label needs to be recouping its costs of investment in you. So there's that pressure. So it quickly stops being a question about passion, because I heard Schwarz talking about what you call this, not passion, but inspiration, right? That sometimes the art is seeming dry because a person is just being forced to do it and they put it out, right? But in many cases, artists just don't have that ability to be stingy, right? Because they must eat.
Hunger.
It's politics, unfortunately, and I always talk about this, it's politics of the stomach.
That should be in a t-shirt.
It's either you're the advertiser, or
So so what you're saying, it's either you advertise and be in people's faces, so that you can eat.
be inside or
So that you can.
mind.
That's what I'm saying. I'm trying to understand what you guys think about the statement of out of sight, out of mind, because I'm convinced that it's one of those things that it's one of those pressure statements that people place on people. And I don't believe anyone should operate from me personally. Maybe I live in a bubble.
No, it's true.
I don't believe anyone should operate from a place of pressure, because I think that you're most ineffective that way.
All right. I'll just give one more example to illustrate what I'm talking about. Like I said, I've stopped talking about passion, inspiration, all of those
Yeah,
things,
because
right?
they don't make you money.
Yes. We're having a money discussion. There's an interesting video that was made by Eric Sermon. Eric Sermon is a rapper. He was very famous in the 90s. And he talks about how there's a song that The Weeknd created. I'm just forgetting which song. But there's a song that The Weeknd made that samples one of his songs from back in the day. Now, just the money that came from the streaming of that song and the fees around the sampling and all of that stuff allowed Eric Sermon to go. He had health issues, I believe, some addictions, whatever it was. But my man was out of sight for like a decade.
But he was never out of mind.
But he was still eating because there's all this money that was coming in from the fact that he had had a song that was that The Weeknd sampled of his. And he said some crazy number, like every quarter he gets like $200,000 or something like that, right? Which is crazy.
After so many years, Weeknd does I don't want to know by, whatever. 1.9 billion streams. 1.9 billion streams brings you $250,000 every quarter.
So every quarter you get $250,000 for them sampling you. Jesus Christ.
For 4% on one record. So this is what I try to tell people. I never told the people to flex. I was trying to tell artists, like you said, if you have your publishing and you own it, here's what can feed you, like a 401k or some type of retirement type of thing, if you own your publishing. But I get it. If you don't have the money, you have to sell it. And people are cashing in for the big money. I understand that 200 million, 200. I'm going to do the same thing too. If I was Dre and Neo and Dream and all of them, I'd do it too. But again, in the small scheme of things, I never had to do that. So when I sit back and I be at home and years go by, I took off 12 years because I was on drugs for 12 years. So again, at the end of the day, them Percocets had me at home anyway. Wow. You know what I'm saying? So this is 12 years of being able to sit down because you got publishing checks from all that music that I was able to do.
Imagine every quarter getting the equivalent of 3 to 4 million rand, right? Because someone sampled your song that you did a long time ago. In that situation, you can be picky.
Yep.
You can say to people, guys, I'm taking a break. I will see you.
Yeah.
Because most of the time, what's pushing people to be seen is the need to be getting.
Is the need to be getting,
To be getting what? Money into the pocket.
That's what I want for myself. I want to be out of sight, but in mind. Does that make sense?
No.
I really do. I don't.
Have you created to...
I want that. I want to do that.
But not in this day and age.
Yeah, this day and age, I
then
guess.
it was the 90s.
Yeah,
You were
I
a trendsetter.
guess.
What trend are you gonna set?
I don't know. But
Actually,
anyway, yeah.
Shores is raising quite an interesting point. I actually wonder if there will be such opportunities for artists of today, because so much stuff is regurgitation now.
100%. Which is actually that's a funny thing that you say that, by the way, because it leads on to the second part of what we're going to be talking about for me. But let me say this about this out of, it was a side note, a side thought, this out of sight, out of my thing. But I was just saying that if you're a someone who, you're creative, you enjoy the music, you enjoy the craft, but the problem is that people are pressurizing you to be seen, but you don't want to be seen. Your music is still as good. What are we doing? Do you get me? What's the story? So am I problematic if I want to be someone who's not seen but heard in this day and age, where people want to be seen, not heard? Well, not heard, but mostly seen.
Yazi, what benefit would it have for you?
Being out of being what? Being not in
Benefit in what is the benefit
of not being seen?
Yes.
I operate the way I want to operate, because you know why I'm not that active on social media, but lately I'm trying to be active on social media.
Yes.
It's not because I want to, by the way.
Okay. I like what you're doing.
It's not because I want to, by the way. It's because I'm realizing that things are definitely weird, and I want to have I don't want to disappear in the weirdness. I don't want to disappear in the weirdness. I really want to because then what am I doing this? What am I doing this for? What am I talking about music and music culture for? Like, why? Then it beats the point of what I'm doing. So I was like, I don't want to be disappeared. I don't want to be I don't want to be disappeared just because I decided that I don't want to be active on social media. Do you get me? Because I have a voice. My voice is loud. My voice is big. I've got a big opinion. Quite smart. I'm a very critical thinker. And I find that there's a lot of wrong things with the industry. And I have a voice in that. So I don't want to be disappeared. So that's why I decided, let me just be active then, as active as I can be. I don't know if that makes sense.
It does. For me, it's like you're pulling into two different paradigms.
Am I thinking about it too much?
I want to entertain this thought that you're saying, because I also sometimes do feel like that. But I just wanted to know, Guti, are you thinking of it from a financial perspective in terms of a business? You as a business, if you're out of, like the Eric Sermon...
like this guy, yeah. I mean, if I could clock my life the way that guy would, guys, honestly, I'd be so happy. If I could clock my life the way he did, I would be so happy. Guys, and somewhere in the world, and like you won't even see me. And this is actually the funny thing. Can I just say? So
live through legend.
Live through, exactly. There's this influencer, by the way. I don't know if it's on the news or whatever. I hope I'm not being premature by saying this, because I don't know where it was shared, because it was shared with me. Apparently and this is allegedly, by the way, don't come for me, that their partner was involved in criminal dealings, and she was the reason why he got exposed, because she's out here.
Yeah. You're inviting a lot of
You're
elements.
Yes, so I think that's what exactly. I don't want to invite a lot of people into my space, into my personal space, to have an opinion about me, about my. Do you get me? About me, about my life, about my culture, about my creative.
I see what you're throwing down.
I don't want to have that many people in my me.
But the industry you're in demands that.
Does
now,
it though?
even Eric Sermon at some point had to give people that. The press was all up in his business.
Yeah.
So maybe through giving yourself now, like Michael Jackson, for instance. Michael Jackson was exposed to scrutiny, criticism from the press. A lot of things really went sideways.
He was highly scrutinized,
But at the same time, now they're releasing his movie, and his estate is still going to get paid. So in a perfect world, if Michael Jackson had disappeared and lived in an island instead of being really KO'd, he would be making money now, yeah. But he had to. Everyone had. So you would have to pay that price still. What if this time this is the time where you're supposed to
Yeah.
be doing that?
Yeah, I think
Living through that legend. I started twerking. I was the first DJ that was twerking and playing a song, and maybe that's the legend. Maybe you twerk a little bit differently, I suppose.
Maybe.
Hey,
Lol, that's funny. That's hilarious.
But you're a thinker, eh?
No.
We are thinker, man.
Eish,
We
dude.
thinkist.
Do you think it's a weakness and a strength, but
It's good because a lot of us do think like this, actually.
really,
I'm glad that you were able to put it out there, especially for artists. I know a lot of artists that are asking themselves the same
the
questions.
same questions. Yeah,
Yeah.
I think
Youth,
so.
youth
I think
kids.
so. I mean, look, with the tip series that I started on Instagram, I'm surprised how many people are saying this.
Yeah.
This makes a lot of sense. I've never been able to put it into words. These are the
Dude,
words.
It's here.
I've never thought of it like that.
Yes.
But, hey guys, siphela kwelinye ilizwe.
Someone sent me that reel. By the way, the thing that you posted.
Really? Yeah.
Yeah, they shared it. They're like, hey, Tav. I'm like, how?
Not okay. Yeah.
What do you mean not
I was
Tav?
gonna say not Tav, but Tav is sorry. I'm sorry. No, cancel that
Principle.
statement. Cancel that statement.
Nangu principle,
Listen.
But Gen Z, it's Tav, ne?
It's
In
Tav.
Bramfontein, it's Tav.
Tav
Yeah.
ngisikhe nabanda ndimdala icacile uba ndimdala ndiyaziveza
So, uyabona.
ndiyaziveza. So yeah, I mean, look, Mob also said something right now that, like I said, for me feels like one of the reasons we are where we are in, that I never mind feeling like there is a culture shift, but also feeling like, and this is not to be gloomy or dreadful, by the way,
Okay.
but it was just one of those things. But guys, do you think that we've reached the peak of good music? Like,
We can never reach the peak
you
of,
okay, yeah.
as long as the old music still exists.
That's the thing. Yabokele, that's what Mob was saying. The recycling thing also.
Besides
So
recycling.
isn't that reaching the peak of what we consider good, like an iconic time, where it's just like this was an iconic time of music, like right now, of thinking we are in an iconic. Are we ever gonna get any more iconic periods of music?
Hey,
Do you think we will though? Like, because it feels like things are in a standstill to me to some extent. Maybe
how do
we're
you
taking a
classify
break. Maybe we're
iconic?
shifting.
how do you classify iconic? Is
Ish.
Suka not iconic? Let's
Yeah, I
talk
guess
about
Suka is iconic.
Because
Let's talk about Suka.
every day I go on socials, every podcast, everyone speaks
Kayitule,
of,
chom.
hi, Shuka. I think of it as an iconic. Kwaito was iconic because the people that came before, about bubblegum, they used to swear, but for that genre to even earn the name bubblegum, they made tuga. But bubblegum, chappies, chappies, it's not real music. Criticize it. Through criticism, sometimes you do get legend. So I believe that there's still more. Ishuka is just, it's worldwide land uba uria wenze ingoma ethi Shuka. Like I was driving today and on radio, dude. Yeah, Shuka. Every day it's part of our lives. So I don't know, man. I don't think there's ever gonna be an end to it. Just
Okay.
like how we complain about Pegetleke and the piano, there's never gonna be an end.
No, but the thing is,
It just morphs
yeah,
into a modernized version of.
yeah. But why do I feel like we're reaching the ceiling just because now we're getting to a point where, like the Suka song, for instance, that we're getting to a point where we're going to be looking to alternative ways to maximize our creativity, and that ways is a recycled way, or is a recycled way from something that's artificial, and you might not even be the only one that's having the same idea. It may also recycle the same thing, may mass produce the same sound. Like this, everything will be the same. So it makes me feel like, since we're looking to AI, are we then, is that not going to be the roof?
I want to say something to you.
I'm just curious.
I love what you said, but I just want to say something to you. I've with one of my artists a couple of years back, I identified something. a song that was released on my label versus a song that was released on another label and another label, multiple labels, right? There was this platform called Splice. This is before
I know
Ungena
Splice, yes. Oh,
the-
Natsika, Osuno,
Osuno, but that was Splice is not AI, it. They used the same strings, all of them, about 6, 7, 8 different labels, different artists, different walks of life. So already we had been using outsourcing. If you think about it, if you really go into the depth of thinking about it, there was no original composition.
Yeah.
So we've been plastic.
So the era of, let me say, digital electronic music. Or
Yeah, kudala
when
sis-
music moved from analog or moved from live.
I don't want to classify it like that.
Okay.
Because, hey, I don't want to go into a rabbit hole.
Yeah.
The question that you asked me, it might take us into a deeper conversation. But for the sake of staying in topic, I think we've been AIing this life thing.
No, of course, in a way.
In a way, maybe Lanto, you once said to us, maybe we are the AI, and I laughed it off. But because if you look at reference and you look at the present, companies like the one that I just mentioned now, not Suno,
Splice.
Splice, were getting sued for the same reasons.
Really?
Yeah, because whoever submitted the original string sampled it from somewhere but didn't disclose. So now,
Oh, that makes sense why they would get sued. Yeah.
yes, these 6 record labels are using the same
same
thing. But
thing,
then
the
these
same
6
string.
record labels end up suing each other. And then
And
when
then
we go back, we
you have
find
to
that
trace it.
none of you guys
Own it.
Yes, niyasuishana kodwa ani-own kwakahlanje umuntu eni-onayo Quincy Jones. You see, so it becomes that. Kudala siyiplastic, kudala sidla ispaghetti ngenkomazi and then calling it uphuthu.
Oh,
Yeah. So I hope that kind of answers you. I know it's not going to be a direct answer, but
I mean, it's not it's not. I was
somewhere.
in Beka somewhere. I mean,
Yeah.
it's putting me at a point where I need to get out of myself and enter the reality. And I've
The
always
reality is fake, Baba.
the reality is not real.
Yes. So we are.
Yeah, Nkosi yami. So it's just like obviously I didn't come here to be a doomsday predictor, prophet of doom.
That's me. Dr. Doom.
Yeah,
Von
but
Doom.
it's like really being so conscious and being aware of what is going on,
Yeah.
what is going to happen, how you plan on, where you plan on being when these things are happening.
Adapting and capitalizing.
Exactly.
Yes.
Because the mere fact that, like, for instance, I noticed this shift. By the way, when you think you're crazy and then you go online, you go to an AI and ask, AI, am I crazy? Or is this happening? Or is this happening? And then the AI says, yes, you are not crazy. This is why that is happening.
It validates you so you can pay your
So you
premium.
can pay your
month
premium.
end.
Do you think
Just
do
like
you
a
think it's
therapist.
do you think AI is a yes man, like as in ChatGPTs and clothes? Do you
Yes.
think they're yes men? Do you think like they're yes man, they're agreeable to
when
everything you
said-
put on there?
when-
I'm just
when
wondering.
Hey, that's a yes and no at the same time. I wouldn't go and ask for emotional advice from AI. But now they've put limitations to it. So when it sees that you're headed in a specific direction, it does advise you to consult someone who
What
can
is
help you.
emotional advice? Because I'll tell you now, I did a brain dump on Claude the other day, and Claude organized my brain dump and told me, look, you sound like you have a lot going on in your mind.
Sure.
You sound like I understand why you're overwhelmed. Let me organize what's on your mind for you. So it didn't give me interpersonal advice. It just said,
No. It's not allowed to. It's been programmed
It
to
can't
not.
do that. It doesn't have feelings.
But when AI first came out, they used to do that. So
That's
it became
crazy.
dangerous. Yeah, and that could result in massive lawsuits. So they quickly nipped it in the bud.
I'm like, do we think that AI is a yes man? I'm like,
Yeah.
because I didn't think about it until someone mentioned it to me that, hey, look, AI is agreeable, by the way, because they want you to pay that premium. No, he didn't say that part, but it's like AI is agreeable. I was like, do you think AI is a yes man? It's like, yeah, I would
I'm
think
that
AI
person
is a
she's
yes
talking
man.
about, by the way.
That's
yes.
not you.
Must
When
ask Claude.
I
Ask
have
Claude.
a personal and a
Ask
professional
Claude if it wasn't me. Mbuze ngoku. Claude. It was him.
Mob, is AI agree? Do you think AI is a yes man? Like the ChatGPT is the close. Do you think they're yes men?
It just depends on how they're prompted.
Yeah.
I'm forgetting the word that they use on a technical front, but basically one of the things that's apparent about generative AI models is the fact that I think they call it non-predictable. I just can't remember. It's the fact that you can ask ChatGPT or any other platform the same question, and the response will be different each time.
Yes, that's true.
Right. So, if you're asking a question about being a yes man, right? The question is, when was it the yes man? Was it the first time that you asked it this question, the second time, the third time? Right? That
And what
it was
premium you
prompted.
were on? Pro or where were you?
I guess cost might be a factor, but that's the one aspect. Second aspect is the fact that maybe not a yes man, but in certain instances, I've seen a lot of demos where ChatGPT says it can do things that it cannot do.
Yeah. Stuff is funny.
Right? And some of these things will be like clear in front of you. Like someone will open the camera and will say, okay, what is this on the table? And it will say, it will name the things on the table. And then maybe it will say, okay, fine, the little silver and gold balls, please count them.
Yeah.
And it will fail.
It'll fail.
It will say something like there's 30 of them. Clearly, there aren't 30 balls on the thing, right?
They can't spell these things also.
No, but that thing will be confident, eh?
Yes.
No. Very confident.
They can't spell these things.
And yeah, so there are also those glitches in place. So I'm very hesitant to say yes, man. But in many instances, what I will agree with is what Shaw says earlier, that some of the systems are oriented to answer in a way that is agreeable to you.
Okay.
Yeah. So that you stay interacting.
Yes.
Yes.
Okay. No, noted.
To clickbait you enough to just.
That's also why now, because like for instance, I think when people use online AI for, if I ask it, will this song be a hit?
It will measure the what's. Hey, that's a good question. Is this a question that you're posing?
Yes, I am. I'm posing.
I thought
I'm
I was
asking.
cutting in. I'm sorry.
Do you want to answer it? Because I'm curious. Like, if I ask it, if I make a song on AI and be like, is this a song? Will it be a hit? Is it gonna be?
It will program it according to the specifications
It'll do
that
it.
have been issued by your Spotify's,
Yeah.
We'll collect all that information and that
So
data.
if we're all chasing money, then
Yes. Yabona njengo Shuka.
yes.
Yes.
Will we not all have songs like Suka?
Yes, that's the aim, so that we can be rich for mahala without
So that we can be
minimum
rich.
effort. You know.
Okay.
That is the aim.
Okay.
I
Okay.
ndiyayibona le game of unuyidlala, but
Di-
we valid on laptop.
Because we're almost done.
What?
I'm
This
telling
episode
you.
just started.
No, we didn't. We've been on air for 45 minutes now.
Are you for real?
Not joking.
Oh, you're stress.
I'm not
this
joking.
AI?
Is it AI? Am I gaslighting?
Yeah, we are just like.
So like, okay, cool. Now I'm wondering as to how we are gonna close this episode, because I feel like we're on different minds about everything. Oh, we're not, right? We're not on different minds, are we? We said we are on the same page, except for the part of making money part where I'm just like, I like, can I answer when I'm older as to how I feel about
Or you know
being
what I
artificial
think you should.
intelligence, or
Maybe you should answer
this
when
time we're in.
when you're hungry.
I'm hungry right now as I'm speaking.
Or when you're
Landi.
super broke and desperation creeps in.
But that's the thing. I think it's because my mindset is in a different mindset,
Yeah,
guys.
you
Me, I've elevated
desperate.
thinking, yeah, tandaza mina, guys, because I understand that my provision doesn't come from my own hands.
Until AI convinces you otherwise.
That it comes from my. How will it do that?
You
I am
are the
so
creator.
convinced that it doesn't come from my own hands. Like I always tell the story about how I entered the industry.
Yeah.
And how none of the things that ever since I started DJing, nothing makes sense. I could have never done any of the things that happened for me whilst I could have never done them. I ever told you, I did a residency for free.
Yeah.
Some of the things don't make, but still somehow a little bit after I was able to afford to have a lifestyle, to have rent, to do this, to do that, to do this. Like some of the things just don't make sense to me, and that's why I'm just like, it is what it is.
You must ask Claude. This is a pendulum.
Claude.
No, ask what you're saying.
I've asked Claude some of the things because we talked about this. We talked about this before we went on air. Yokba, I'm struggling to delegate lately.
No, not that part.
Which
the
part?
part that you just mentioned.
What was it, Conch?
Tell it, Uguti, I started off as a free.
And ask Claude, is Jesus Lord?
Is it me or is it Jesus? Then Claude will give you an answer.
But I don't need Claude to tell me that, though.
Oh,
Claude,
so uClaude umsebenza selectively towards your
Claude
benefit.
it's like the assistant, yeah, I'm exec assistant. It's
Towards-
my hardest. In fact, ChatGPT is probably the harder worker because I use ChatGPT a lot when it comes to just work thoughts. ChatGPT is my hardest working employee. Claude is about to be the hardest working employee.
Uzisebenzisa towards your benefits, right?
Yes, because look, I mean, I would be stupid if I didn't admit that. Like we were talking about this.
What happens to your principles then?
I have principles. Listen, we're talking about this, the shift right now. Talking about how as DJs, as musicians, that it feels like things are shifting, and that's because we are playing to what the algorithm values. I'm sorry, I am not an algorithm. So let me use the algorithm to tell me
You are.
I'm not an algorithm.
I wanted to
I
say
am
this.
carbon matter.
Yes, you're a format of algorithm.
I'm not. I'm carbon based.
Okay, we're going off topic. What do you think? How do you explain collective consciousness? You know, but I see, bam, because hey, we're gonna go deep. I told you, stop thinking.
But all I'm saying, I will not stop it. But all I'm saying is this, Yogba.
This episode, we're gonna get banned.
Collective consciousness.
I can think of it.
We're gonna get banned, bro. We're gonna get shadow banned.
My goodness. What is, by the way, about shadow ban? See, these are the things we're worrying about, things that we have no business worrying about. A shadow ban it's an algorithm concept, is it not? Mm-hmm. So why are we doing things to appease something that we have no control over? I'm so confused.
Hi, so I pendula ngenye imini sis.
Yeah, I guess I pay like you mean.
For now, let's ask Claude.
Yeah, let's.
Or ChatGPT or Gemini.
And then Claude will come up with something that sounds and looks like you one day when they decide to get skin.
Yes, by then you must have sold your likeliness and making money like Ukabo.
I hope I'm not alive for
Lami.
that. Do you understand? I hope I'm not alive for that. I hope I'm not alive for that.
Bye bye.
Let's wrap this up. Closing thoughts. Do we have any closing thoughts to wrap this up for today?
I wanted to say to anyone that feels like this is the end of the road, Longo Maya releaswa kudala iPoise to Man. You didn't get that one.
What?
To anyone that feels like this is the end of the road. It's not the end of the road. Ours is not to question what is not principle. Ours is to use what is currently out there to elevate ourselves. And create legend through that. I think even in the previous episode, that's what I was trying to highlight by quoting Black Coffee specifically. I know a lot of artists are going through a depressive mode because some of them, this is their way of making money, and
the algorithm is depressing.
Their livelihoods are getting messed with, and they're just smiling and waving, but ayikho enye into ebhetere abayaziyo abantwana babantu, and things are changing at a rapid level, yabo. But try your best. If you have exposure to internet, to Wi-Fi, try to research, see how you can fit these things in to simplify your skill or your talent. To
Or
simplify
amplify.
or amplify. Yes, I like how you're in my head. Your algorithm. So
Again,
algorithm. It's collective consciousness. It just happened now. Yeah, born. So elevate yourself. I think that's what I want to say in closing. There's nothing else. If you don't elevate, it will be the end of the road.
Yeah. Let's elevate. I don't have anything to say.
Stop with your caveman principles.
Kinna caveman. I am a cave woman, feeling stone.
You said it.
Otherwise, as you know, we always love to hear what you think. My closing thoughts are, if ever you've got anything to say, put it down. We'll interact with it. We'll see it. And this is we're at a point in our lives where I think if you're thinking the same thing, this is validation. This is validation. So with that said, Sai Sessions are signing out. Mwah.
And we will put a number where depression hotline
And you know what?
at the bottom of the screen.
You know what? Yes.
Ne?
Yes.
Not ningayi for everything. Go
Ningayi
see
ku-Claude, guys. Sanokuya ku-Claude for
someone to
that.
help you with your thoughts.
Yeah.
Not these thoughts where like you have to work every day, but internal thoughts where you feel like giving up. Yeah. those
Okay,
ones.
wow, that just went deep, dude. Where you feel like giving up, damn.
Yeah, because AI has taken over. And
Sure.
when on the internet, you subscribe
Guys,
soon.
and down. Okay. Sai Session signing out.